This is the story I'd never thought I would share on here. Hi, my name is Julia. I'm 35 years old. I've survived 2 divorces, overcome different addictions, moved across countries, and learned how to adapt to completely new life in immigration. Today, I want to share the biggest changes I've made and how they completely transformed me. I'm currently studying life coaching because I know how hard it is to overcome different addictions, to quit alcohol, to leave toxic relationship, and how to start life from zero and not once. I share my story because I believe that I can help someone who feels stuck right now to realize that nothing is impossible and you can always change your life no matter how old you are. About a year ago, I recorded my very first or one of the first podcasts at 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I woke up around 3 a.m. and I decided that it's time to record my podcast. I had a script in my head and I just recorded it right away. If you want to hear the full story, I will leave the link down below in the comments, in the description. But if you don't want to watch it, let me share my thoughts now, here, what I think about being sober and about my life for the past 3 years. For me, alcohol started when I was around 12 or 14 years old. First cheap drinks, then more expensive ones. And on the one hand, I loved my fun side, my drunk side. I was bold, adventurous, and very playful. But some of those adventures were absolutely dangerous, and only universe knows how I survived and without any real consequences. By the time I moved to Tenerife, my drinking addiction or habit went too far. I didn't even need anyone to drink with me anymore. I was drinking alone, and that scared me. I hated mornings, the headaches, the shame, the exhaustion. At some point, I realized I wasn't drinking to celebrate. I was drinking to numb the pain. I thought that I could learn how to drink responsibly, but there are people like me, for example, who will never drink responsibly. I just can't. For us, for people like me, it's either sobriety or we will slide downhill. That's when I went back to therapy. It was my second therapist. The first one helped me to get over my divorce and understand what therapy was. The second one specialized very well at different addictions and toxic relationships with substances. With toxic substances. So I came to her with two requests. Why do I feel so sad and empty? And how do I drink less? So after a few sessions, it became very clear. My only way out was to quit completely or to destroy myself. January 2026 will mark 3 years since I've been sober, and sobriety changed absolutely everything. I finally met the real me. My impulsiveness dropped to a minimum. I'm still emotional, but these emotions don't spiral out of control. Being sober helped me see my toxic relationship with my narcissistic ex more clearly and faster. Because alcohol makes you easier to manipulate. Physically, I take care of my body more. I exercise more now. I do morning exercises. I go to Pilates class 2 or 3 times a week. The post-alcohol headaches are gone. I still have migraines, but they are absolutely not related to alcohol addiction. Now I'm learning how to manage my migraines. On the top of that, I gained so much free time. So instead of drinking, I now invest all my energy into personal growth. I read more, I create more pieces of content, I feel more productive and alive. My energy levels are higher and my skin is not aging as fast and I don't get puffy anymore. My stomach doesn't hurt anymore. I have gastritis, and after alcohol, I always felt so bad. I always had stomachache. Now, not anymore. I just feel better physically and mentally. And that makes everything easier to handle. Socially, some people react differently. Some people ask shocked, you don't drink? Why? Really? Some quietly respect it. Some don't say anything. If you're thinking about sobriety, here's my advice. Start with awareness. If something inside of you whispers that alcohol is a problem, don't ignore it. Awareness is 50% of the work. You don't have to have the whole plan. Just start by being honest with yourself. And quitting is not losing something. Quitting alcohol or any other substances or even smoking is about gaining yourself back. This was the first part of my mini series, which are called the personal changes that changed me. I've decided to share my story in 3 episodes, each one about a different turning point of my life. So, part 1 is sobriety, how I quit drinking and what has changed. Part 2 is going to be about my 2 divorces and how they helped me grow. Part 3, personal growth through immigration, my 3 moves and how they shaped who I am right now. I truly believe that these experiences might help someone out there. Maybe all these 3 episodes, or maybe one of them, will inspire you and give you clarity or simply remind you that you're not alone. You might realize that your life is not as hopeless as it seems. And remind you that if I could change myself, you can too. And it's never too late, no matter what people say. Oh, you're old, you're expired, nothing's gonna work out for you. Never listen to these people. It's late when you are already in grave. When you're still alive, you can change absolutely everything in your life. Even small changes can bring a huge difference. I'm 35 now, and for the past 5 years, I've changed completely. I've changed a lot. I've transformed my life. I honestly don't recognize the person I used to be. Yes, for some people, I might not be so fun as I used to be. I might seem to be very boring person. Do I regret that I didn't change earlier, that everything happened only now, I've changed only now? Of course, no, I don't regret. Everything happened when it's supposed to happen. Everything in time. Maybe I needed a decade and of hardship to become who I am today. So if you are on your own journey of change and healing, I hope that this video gave you something to hold on to. And if it did, let me know down in the comments what exactly helped you, or just hit that like button so that I know that you are here. Don't forget to subscribe to catch the part 2 and 3. And thank you for being here. It means the world.